Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. It's me, Teacher Oakley, back again. And this class, as it has been all week and will continue to be next week, is focused on the IELTs, or International English Language Test. In particular, this week we have been looking at writing. We've been talking about it all week, and today in the last class, Friday, we are looking at Task 2. IELTS has two types of tests, the General Training, GT, and the Academic. They're slightly different. In General Training, Task 1 is a letter. Could be to a friend, informal, could be to a business, or to a newspaper, formal. And then Task 2 is an opinion piece, 250 words. Academic test, however, you'll be doing a summary of a graph, process flow chart, a pie chart, something of that nature, and summarizing it. Task 2, again, is an opinion. So Task 2 is exactly the same in the IELTS writing test, no matter which form of the test you're taking. It will be an opinion test. The question itself is usually quite short, 1 or 2 sentences. However, your answer is quite long. You need to write 250 words for this particular task. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, hopefully. Good to see you as well.
Yeah, I survived the last class.
Yeah.
It was fun, though, I have to say. Okay. All right. Today we're looking at Task 2. So anybody who's taking the IELTS test, please join me as well. Basically, forming an opinion, writing an opinion piece, speaking an opinion. Of course, this is valuable for anybody who is learning English. Okay, so I would welcome any of you. Okay, since you're writing in the chat box, I'm going to guess that this is actually Anastasia this time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is trick I told you before, how you can define me or my mom.
Okay, yeah.
Good job. Great job. Okay, how are you doing?
I'm slow, but I get there eventually. Yeah.
No, you do your best.
Oh yeah.
Very fast.
Yeah. Actually, I'm doing really well. I actually had a lot of fun with your mom the last hour.
Really?
Yeah, we had a very fun class.
Well, I wasn't here because I was sleeping. It was cold, and I get into the blanket. I don't know. Then I wake up to your class.
Okay. Well, good morning, I guess.
Thank you.
Good morning. You're only 2 hours behind me. It's got to be like 1 in the afternoon. What are you doing?
Well, before I wake up in the morning, then I've got 1 classes, and then I got cold and get into the bed and get sleep.
Oh, so you took a nap then?
Yeah, kind of nap, siesta.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Nyan. Hi, Nyan again.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you are. Where did you disappear last class?
Because my internet connection is not good.
No, that was too bad. We had a fun class. Okay. Mahmood, good to see you again. Glad you're back.
Hello.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. Terrific. Glad you're back. And hello, Adela. Always nice. Always a pleasure.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. All right. All right. We've got a good crew here, and all old friends and great students. So you guys, we have more room in the class if you want to join us. I'm going to get started with Task 2 writing in IELTS. Again, it's an opinion piece. Basically, the question you will have comes in, let's say, two flavors. There's basically kind of two questions. One may be kind of a, really it's two questions in one. And the question really asks you to discuss both aspects. Let me just show you an example here. Give me a second. I'll do a screen share so you can see what I'm talking about. In which case, you really have to talk about both things. They can phrase things different ways. All right. So, looking at my screen share here, okay. The first bullet point, which you may or may not be able to read, I'll read it. Now, here's a typical question. Nowadays, we are producing more and more garbage. Why do you think this is happening? What can governments do to help reduce the amount of garbage produced? Okay, actually, that's two questions in one. All right, they may also ask a question like disadvantages and advantages, in which case you should be talking about two different things. In this question, obviously, that I just read, you have to talk about why is there more and more garbage, why do we produce more and more garbage, and also, obviously, what can governments do to help. In the opinion question, which, by the way, you also have in speaking, be careful to look for prepositional phrases such as in your country, or in your city, or in your area. Make sure that you answer the question if it's general. For example, like this question, what can governments do? Make sure you're answering it, your answer reflects that it's general, all over the world. If the question says in your city or in your country, make sure that you are focusing your answer on, obviously, your city or your country. Okay, other style of question here. Nowadays, we are producing more and more garbage. You notice it begins the same. And it simply says, what can governments do to help reduce the amount of garbage produced? All right, so be aware, obviously, if it's one question or two questions, or normally for what we would call advantage, disadvantage type, you're probably going to need to talk about both advantages and disadvantages. Okay. All right, there's two kinds of approaches I want to briefly talk about, and then we're going to do some exercises together, and then look at a question and talk about how to organize it and possible things that we might include in it. Okay, so there's two sorts of approaches. You may use what is called maybe an argument-led approach. It's good for advantages and disadvantages. Maybe problems and solutions. You can support both opinions. All right. So, for example, when you do this, you're probably going to choose to use a paragraph structure, which is key. Choosing your paragraph structure to talk about always, again, paragraph structure. You need a topic paragraph or introductory paragraph, supporting paragraphs, and then a concluding paragraph. Normally, in task 2, you're looking at probably 4 or 5 paragraphs. It would be rare to have 6. 7 would not ever, I don't think, could work. Don't try to get fancy. Keep it straightforward. Really, don't use like rhetorical questions. Should we be concerned about all the garbage in the world? Question mark. And then state your stuff. Try to stay away from that. I know you've all seen it in newspapers and magazines and internet and so forth. Really, as Anastasia has pointed out earlier in the week, keep it simple, stupid. Just keep it simple. You're much better off. In IELTS, it's a little better to be a little more conservative, I think. It's riskier. You have a sort of a risk versus reward thing. The more flowery you try to be poetic, you try to become in your language, you're risking things, because if your vocabulary doesn't exactly match meaning or your phrasing is off, obviously you're going to lose points. If you kind of keep it simple, direct, straight to the point, after all, this is not creative writing. This is formal writing. And it doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter if you're taking the GT test or the academic test. Either one, task 2 is formal writing. Make no mistake. Do not use contractions. Okay? Do not use slang. I would be very wary even of using idioms or idiomatic language. Keep it straightforward. You're better off. That's my advice. Some people simply can't help themselves. Okay, so if I'm going with the argument approach, my points or my paragraphs might be the advantages are, and the disadvantages are, and then conclusion. It's actually kind of easy to do that. Another approach is basically thesis approach, where you're not really arguing your point. I think the argument approach is a lot easier, personally. And in the thesis approach, it's a little more difficult because you're making a point, one point, and then saying, well, there's advantages. When we look at this point, for example, garbage, more and more garbage, you know, okay, when we look at growing economies, the good points are that economies are growing and people are producing more and becoming more wealthy. The bad points is it produces more garbage. So you talk about side points, and then each point you talk about advantages and disadvantages. All right? I think it's a little easier to stay focused on one thing than the other, personally. But it's up to you. Okay, I want to look at something else here. Let's look at a kind of a typical sort of IELTS question. Here's a 2-point question. Here it is, in the middle here, under the lines. Celebrities, such as actors, athletes, and musicians, earn large salaries compared to other professionals. Some people consider this unfair, while others think that celebrities deserve to be paid a lot for the work they do. Discuss both points of view and give your opinion on the subject. Clearly, now, what is our what do you think you're going to use for paragraph structure here, Mahmood?
I think I choose argument-led approach, in which first I'll discuss one side of view, and then I'll take the other point of view. Okay.
Obviously, fair. The tipping point, the balance point, is fair, unfair. The actors' salaries, for example. All right. So you talk about one than the other.
Yes.
So would I. That seems fairly straightforward to me. Now, another thing that you can see here, in this document something that they have done, and they suggest as a tactic to use. You can write on, you're given a booklet and then just blank paper, lined paper, which you write your response. You can do whatever you want with a booklet. You can scribble on it, you can draw flowers, you can take your lighter out and burn it. It doesn't matter. What they're showing here, notice that they've underlined celebrities, large salaries, other professionals. They've underlined what they consider to be keywords, and even in the actual directions, he underlines both points. I might underline both points, and your opinion. Okay? You can do that because you can write on the booklet. So you may, that's a different tactic I haven't really talked about yet, but you can do that if you want to. Underline keywords. This may actually help you start thinking of synonyms or related vocabulary that you may want to use in your piece of writing. Now, since task 2 is worth 2/3 of your writing score and task 1 is only 1/3, depending on your ability to write an opinion piece and how comfortable you are doing it, I would also suggest that you might want to underline keywords in the question. You might want to just jot down quickly, it's timed, quickly keywords you might want to use in your response, keywords or phrases, and you might want to probably, I would recommend that you do an opinion. Do an outline. You create an outline. Basically, A, B, C, D. Maybe you have 4 paragraphs. What are you going to have in each paragraph? Okay, your basic structure. Keep it basic because you don't have a lot of time. You don't have all day to spend doing this. All right, so key things you're thinking of, first of all, make sure to answer the question and make sure to make sure you understand the question. Sorry. Maybe brainstorm some vocabulary. Understand the question, 1 minute. Brainstorm vocabulary, 1 or 2 minutes, really. And then write a quick outline, 2 to 5 minutes. Don't spend more than 10 minutes organizing. Really, I strongly suggest. All right, so organization, what do you think, just brainstorming quickly about this question? How might you answer this question? Some people think that people like sports figures and celebrities get paid way too much money. Others think that they deserve that money. What do you think, Nyan? What do you think? What are some ideas that come to you? Nyan? Nyan, do you have connection? Hello? Okay, Nyan, I'll try you later. Oh, there we go. Time delay. All right, Nyan, what do you think about this subject? Or what is your opinion? Do celebrities and sports figures get paid too much money? Or not?
I'm sorry, but I didn't see. Yes, I didn't see it. The subject.
Okay, here, let me show it to you again. Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is, and I'll read it to you. It's this part here. All right. Here's the question that you would need to be writing about in the IELTS test. Celebrities such as actors, athletes, and musicians earn large salaries compared to other professionals. Some people consider this unfair. while others think that celebrities deserve to be paid a lot for the work they do. Discuss both points of view and give your opinion. So, what do you think about that?
For me, I think it's not fair. It's not unfair because if you want to become a celebrity, you have to have a lot of opportunity to do it. Because very really difficult to become a famous person. So I don't think it's unfair. If you want to earn a lot of money, you have to buy maybe your tea, maybe your blood, maybe your health, everything you have. I think yes.
You have to buy what?
You have to buy everything you have, such as maybe your health, your tea, your blood, or something like that. Yes.
Your hat?
Even your health, not your health, your health.
Your hair? Your health.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay, health.
Yes.
Don't be shy. Stick your tongue out. Health.
Health.
Okay. Don't be shy. We
Health.
do stick our tongue out when we speak English. Okay. You have to buy your health? I don't understand. Pay?
Yes.
With your health?
Because yes, sometimes you have to overcome something is very difficult, dangerous. I mean dangerous. So yes, it's not good for your health.
Oh, you're thinking of like sports stars?
Yes, maybe yes, movie star and so like that.
Okay. I was thinking of rock stars. Oh, you have to ruin hotel rooms and take drugs and drink every day. It's bad for your health. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry, my mind was thinking of something else. All right. Okay, so you have a point. Now, in the IELTS test, you would need... You brought up one point, okay? I'll go around the class and ask for other points. In reality, you would need to talk about both sides of the argument with this question, okay? You need to talk about, yes, you need to talk about why it's unfair or why it is fair. You talked about why it's fair. In the real IELTS test, you should talk about both.
Yes, I see.
Okay, but that's okay. You're generating vocabulary and ideas. We're going to look at this all together at the end. Xingyu, how are you today? Xingyu? I know you're here. Okay. All right, Adela, I noticed that you definitely have an opinion about this. I saw in the chat box. What do you think? What are your ideas?
Yes, I think it's unfair. The earn the sport men, for example, this salary because they don't do anything useful to the to the human race. It's only only to enjoy. People enjoy to watch, no, match, etc. In the most case, they don't have any academical formation. This is, I think, is very unfair because they are people working NGO, for example. They don't have enough money to do their work. to help people have problem. I think it's unfair.
Okay. Okay, so all right, by and large, you think it's unfair. Now, okay, as I talk to you guys, keep in mind, you're giving me ideas and that's fine, but keep in mind in this type of question, you would have to say, you can conclude with your opinion. What you guys are giving me, Jan and Adela, you're giving me the final paragraph. In conclusion, I think, and what you said, that would be the conclusion. Also, in this writing part, you would have to say, well, some people say it's unfair because maybe you're many of the same reasons, but you'd also have to have a paragraph in there saying, on the other hand, many people may think that it's worth it to pay money for the entertainment value or for the fact that it cheers people up, and I don't know, you may be more difficult, maybe you even disagree, but you should have something, at least a little bit of information about the other side of the question. Okay, Anastasia?
Yeah. What I think about this?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's fine. Like, there should be people who entertain us, and we should pay for this money, I guess. But my mom doesn't agree with this opinion, so we kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it will become with my age, to understanding the world, because so much money spent on entertainment and Hollywood stars. Part of this is true, but at the same time, to be like famous, they should have many people to pay it, that they're just to be look like a celebrities, makeup, hairdresser, I don't know, designers, all the stuff. Well, actually, if we were talking about singers, they have a tours, so they travel a lot. But I think travel is hard, and they need money to improve their health, because maybe some medicine. But at the same time, they get crazy of this life, take drugs. So it's like very, very controversial topic. So I'm still between to say yes or no to this topic. I guess it depends on the person.
Okay. Okay. Now, take all that, what you said, and organize it nicely into paragraphs, and you've got a nice piece of writing. Because you gave me, at the same time, she said, and then gave an opposing viewpoint. And then even if you want to conclude with, I am still not sure, I am not positive which viewpoint I agree with, although in reality the question says, give your opinion on the subject, but you could still, in an IELTS test, you can still get away with, in your concluding paragraph, saying, I am still not sure which side of this issue I am on.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually do that. I've known that students have done that and gotten very good scores. So it is possible to do that, what you did. Okay, so not bad. You got everything there, you just need to organize it. Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah. On the other hand, I think they deserve to be paid more money than
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Why? Yes. Yeah. When you were dealing with TOEFL or IELTS or any of this, there's no such thing as giving an opinion without supporting it. Just golden rule. Yeah.
And professional sportsmen, they have a short career. For example, soccer player, yeah. And in general, it takes 5 to 7 years. And during their careers, they have lots of traumas got them cured, yeah.
after all. And on the other hand, the celebrity salary are quite enormous, yeah? Can I say that?
Good word. Yes, you can.
Yes. No, and it's a bit complicated to make conclusion.
Yeah. Well, please do remember that in IELTS or TOEFL, speaking or writing,
Yes.
they don't care what your conclusion is. They don't care if it's really, they don't have to agree with it or disagree. There is no wrong or right, just so long as you can state it well. That's all that matters.
Mhm.
So, you know, if you get stuck at the bottom during the conclusion, you say, I think it's more important to me that either way, it's more important to me that that professionals should be getting paid more, such as teachers or doctors, people that actually help people. You know, going back to Adela's point. Or you say it's more important to me that I'm entertained and enjoy my life. I don't really care how much they get paid. And there's a lot, or going to Anastasia's point, they actually support a lot of other people. There's a lot of support staff. It's not really just about the actor. If, for example, you watch the credits in a movie, you don't just see the actors. There's about 1,000 other people. The lighting grip, the filmer, the gaff, the guy that runs the wires, the best boy, the catering staff. There's a lot of other people also making money. So, you know, either way, a good way to do it is at the end of the conclusion, well, it's most important to me. That's a good way to do your conclusion. All right. All right. Mahmood, what do you think? Do you have any other points that you'd like to
Yes,
add? Okay.
I do have. I have brainstormed a long list.
Great. Hit me.
Actually, I am in strong support of the notion that they must be paid highly. And I would support my reasons. I support my argument with that. First off, it's a kind of whenever, if you talk about a celebrity, if you talk about a sportsman or a movie star or a singer, it's their innate ability and it's a rare talent. Not everybody has got that. This is my first point. Secondly, it's also in the celebrities or the sportsmen or the movie star or singers, anybody, when they become a celebrity or when they reach their position of glory, they actually lose something, lose many things. Like they lose their privacy. They cannot live very peacefully or remain separate from the society because either they like it or don't. People will poke their noses into their lives, try to figure out what they are doing, why they are doing, and when they go public, they are sometimes being harassed, sometimes being disturbed. So they kind of lose such things, such privileges normal people have in their lives. This is my second point. Third, I think while doing their job, they they entertain us a lot. We don't realize the hard work they put into and to make us laugh or make us feel comfortable or make us feel relaxed or forget our day-to-day worries by viewing their performances and enjoying their work. So I think it's also a great reason that they should be paid highly. After that, I think when in every case, in case of a movie star or a singer or a celebrity or a sportsman, they when they start their career, they struggle a lot. They struggle a lot. They face a lot of rejection. They have faced very unfavorable circumstances, and they have to bear with that, which we don't see when they become famous. We don't even think about that. How much that guy has suffered when he was nobody, when nobody knew him, when he wasn't performing in front of 1,000 people or 2,000 people, so nobody knew him. So he was struggling there. He was there. He was performing. He was determined to be to be successful. So we kind of don't see that their effort. And also even after they become the celebrity, or they reach their position, high position, they still do a lot of practices. Like sportsmen, they do a lot of practice. uh, uh, Singers, they do practice a lot, which we don't see. So we are just seeing their performances, final performances, like in a match, or while they are singing at a concert or in a movie. But actually they are doing a lot of work, even when we don't see it. So and for that practice they aren't getting paid, so they are paid for their final performances. So I think that kind of balances their high payment. And lastly, I agree with the point that their jobs are at times risky than the jobs normal people do. Like in movie, if a movie star is doing some action movie or dangerous stunts, he might get hurt. He might even, some stars even have lost their lives doing such work. Sportsmen get injured for the life, and they lose their limbs. And so if they don't get paid, they don't have the surety, then how will they lead the rest of their lives if they don't have such kind of highly paid jobs? So I think these were my points for supporting, and actually I thought I'm very much about to support that they must be paid highly, but I've got few reservations about that they should not be paid as much. And for that, I'd like to share my first point as uh, it's true that their payment, or the what can I say, their emolument is not proportionate to what the most people are getting around them. It's not proportionate to that. Secondly, the celebrities, like someone discussed that, bring up the point that they had to pay, they had to travel, they had to pay for things like other staff being paid. But I don't think so that is the case, because when they are traveling, their expenses are being paid by the sponsor or whoever is organizer that is arranging the event. In sports, when if a sportsman is traveling to other country for playing sports, I think the committee or the sports committee is being paying them. And for like the other staff, they are being paid. I don't think there is a connection between the payment that is being given to the movie star or celebrity and to the other staff. I don't see any relation between them. So I don't think that they must be paid as highly. And also, I think I have seen in my like I can give examples of famous celebrities or movie stars in my country, actors in my country. They don't actually contribute to the society economy by paying taxes, as much taxes. Like they aren't have the fixed source of income. And they kind of mask their real income and show that they are being paid underpaid, and and doing that sort of muses, they try to deceive the government by not revealing their true assets, and say though they kind of hurt the economy, while the poor people or the people working in organizations or who are regularly employed, their salary is the taxes are being deducted directly from the salary even before they get it. So I think that's a kind of unfair to that. Also, someone talked about that their career is short-lived. I don't think so, because when they become a celebrity, I think they remain celebrity till their death. Even like if a sportsman is not being able to perform, he might become a trainer with a company, or a coach to a team, or start commenting on the TV matches, like doing commentary or doing analysis. If a singer, if I know that The singers, after some time, they might not decide to sing professionally, but they are being appointed as judges in reality shows, or they are being as trainers. They get jobs as trainers. So I don't think so that their career is short-lived. I think it's once a celebrity, and it's for all a celebrity for all. You become celebrity for all. So these are my reasons that I don't think so that they must be paid as highly as they are doing now.
Take a breath, Mahmood. I have 3 comments. Comment number 1, if I ever have a debate class, I pick Mahmood first. He's on my team. I want him on my team in any debate. Okay, secondly, very good. I love the fact that he structured everything. He talked about his viewpoint. He introduced his viewpoint. He started with the supporting points. He went to the not as many as you would expect contrast points, and then he wrapped it up. Clearly, you have no problem getting to 250 words. Obviously not. Mahmood, you're giving me a lot of echo. Not sure why.
Are you still hearing the echo?
Okay, echo. Yes.
Are you still hearing that?
Echo, testing. No, it's gone. Thank you. Okay, obviously all you had to do is write down what he spoke, and no question that would have been a very good score. All right, he totally was organized. He used signal phrases, first of all. Secondly, as well, another reason, my next reason, I also think, boom, 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 he introduced each point with a signal word or signal phrase. It was quite clear when he wanted to switch gears and change and talk about contrast points. I knew it immediately. And actually, Mahmood, the same thing you do in writing in IELTS, you do exactly the same thing in speaking. So I feel that as long as your spelling's okay, you're looking good for both. Writing writing opinion question is much like the speaking opinion questions. Writing, you only have to deal with one, so of course you should have more detail, which clearly you had. Speaking, you don't need to speak so much at length because you don't have preparation time, but the structure is the same technique, the same basic style, really. Okay, well, that was great. I don't really have to. I was going to show you an example answer, but I think that was an example answer. Let's look at, we only have like 10 minutes. Let's do a quick, if you guys, hopefully you downloaded, well, you know what? No, I'll just let you look at 155. Writing, I had 2 documents attached to the description. One was writing sample 155, sort of a fill-in-the-blank exercise, and one was 160. Since we only have 10 minutes or so, maybe we can try this one and see what ideas you have to deal with this question, which is the 160 question. Okay, in case you didn't download it, here it is. Let's look at this one. Different question. Many newspapers and magazines feature stories about the private lives of famous people. More famous people. We know what they eat, where they buy their clothes, and who they love. We also often see pictures of them in private situations. Is it appropriate for a magazine or newspaper to give this kind of private information about people? Now here we don't have advantage, disadvantage, but clearly we have appropriate or inappropriate. All right, is it appropriate? Again, the question is it appropriate for magazines or newspapers to give this kind of private information about people? Nyan, what do you think?
For me, I think maybe the celebrities don't like that because they don't want everybody know everything about them. But the fan of them, I think they always want to know everything about celebrities. So because if you are, I think I have two opinions
Good.
from the fans.
Good, you should have.
But because it's
Go ahead.
opposite. It's opposite. If I am a fan, I want to know it. So the newspaper and magazine can talk a lot of about them. But I think something you should know, but something you shouldn't know. Maybe where did they eat something, or where did they where did they buy clothes. I think it's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. You yeah. They only know something like maybe their husband, their wife, or something like that. Is I think it's enough. Yes, and if if I am a celebrity, I only want to yes, to show something is normal, not to you know, fall into maybe something is very normal. I don't want to maybe make something is become scandal or something like that. It's not good. Yes.
Okay.
It's normal.
All right. If you wrap that up, Jan, with a neat little bow, if you give me a conclusion at the end, that would be a nice piece of writing. If you were to write, your approach is very interesting. Notice, class, she had a sort of different organization, but I liked it, actually. I think it would definitely work in IELTS. She sort of introduced it and said, oh, there are good points and bad points, or there are, you know, pluses and minuses. She introduced it. Then she used the approach. I really like this, actually. She said, if I am a fan, then this is what I would expect or what I think is reasonable. If I was a celebrity, then this is what I think would be reasonable. All you were missing at the very end is to say something, your conclusion, overall, and then summarize your ideas. You know, actually, overall, you know,
Yes.
maybe some reporting is okay, but use restraint and show respect or whatever. Okay, that was it's a different approach, but good. And it works because I can very clearly visualize 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs when you are speaking. Good.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. That is the idea. It is really super key to make sure that you are organized and structured in your paragraphs. I'm telling you, that's half your score. If you can get that much done in an IELTS test, you're on level 5, 5.5 already. Never mind your vocabulary, sentence structure. You can only go up. Zinyo, are you there? Okay. Not sure what's going on. All right, Adela, what do you think?
I think it's both appropriate, inappropriate, because it's appropriate because celebrity to want to have privacy, but they sell your image, they sell your new movie in the newspaper, and newspaper and magazine is are a business. They are a people buy this information, and magazine use that to sell a lot to have benefits. But I think it's inappropriate because all people need a privacy, need in your life same moment with a privacy. In my opinion, what is the the best is more important for me. People change your mind about the celebrity is very good or is the best. If they don't buy these magazines, it's possible all will be more normal. It's not the paparazzi not follow the celebrity to have a special picture.
Okay. Well, I must say, Adela, that your organization was about 100 times better, much more organized speaking. You kept your ideas together in groups. Again, if I can hear you say it and visualize your paragraphs, that shows me that you could probably actually write it in paragraphs. Very good. One thing, pronunciation, I believe you're saying privacy, right?
Okay, privacy. Privacy.
Right, privacy, okay. Right. Okay. And you use what is important for me. Okay, should be what is more important to me. All right. What is more important? No, it can be what is more important for me. Either way.
In Spanish, the preposition for the for in translation is very used in Spanish. This is a translation.
It's used a lot.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I have somewhere in my lesson plans a beginner lesson with 4 and 2, which is actually a very complicated thing. It's hard to understand in English. Maybe I should dig that one out and do my 4 and 2 lesson. Maybe you can look for that, Adela. It's actually pretty complicated. It's worth an hour just talking about 4 and 2 in English.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I'll do that for you. I'll dedicate it to you. Okay, Anastasia, we only had a few minutes. What do you think? Can you give me your 2 or 3 minute opinion?
Yeah, I think it's appropriate way if the magazines and other newspaper and tabloids just show about live celebrities, because it's their price of being famous. They should be public people, and as a fans, I don't know, I'm not a fan, but maybe some other people fans, they really want to know what their superstar or super celebrity doing, what eat, what kind of clothes they buy, and they just use it as a role model and copycat them. Yeah, so I think it's fine. Well, actually, for those celebrities, is a prize for them, so they have choice. Go to this profession or not. So they should be know what they're just do. For example, Britney Spears, she was really, really crazy, like, but at the same time, yeah, she ask give her time far away from paparazzi because they just were annoying, and it was an interview and she was crying, and I was really, really sad about that, but it's her life, so.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so I
Britney
think
Spears.
it's
Yeah.
a appropriate way to type in tabloids and magazines about celebrities' lives.
There you go. All right. All right. There's your somewhat of a conclusion. Okay. Interesting. Are you a Britney fan?
I
Where-
was
Where is
before.
Britney? What is she doing now?
Well, she got their video right now was well, she do some music right now, but I'm not a big
Yeah.
fan of her right now. But when I was a teenager, I was a real big fan of Britney Spears.
Okay. All right. I just haven't heard anything in a long time. Okay. All right, guys. My time is up, and I'm doing the next class right after. Thanks a lot, all of you, for joining me today. And if you stick around, I'll see you again in about a minute and a half. Okay? All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye, Nyan. Nice to see you.